Okay, it should be good. Are we good? We good? Hopefully. Yes, no, maybe. Hopefully. Okay,
we're good. We're
good. We good? Hopefully.
Why is it reverbing?
Yes,
what
no,
the heck?
Maybe. Hopefully.
Oh, I have it on another tab.
Okay, we're good. We're good. We good?
Hold on. It's weird. I'm on my brother's setup. Hi! That's why it's also a webcam. So you can see my face. Hopefully the echo's fixed now. You gotta mute your thing. There we go. Yeah, I know. I gotta mute my thing. It's not my computer. This isn't my setup. Hence the webcam. So, my dad is actually on his way back from the store, so my dad will be here any minute, but I wanted to start at 5:30, so you guys can look at me. Thank you! I'm happy you like my videos. So my dad will be here soon, and, I have to ask if he wants to be on the webcam or not, because my brother has this, like, really nice webcam. So it's like, it's why you can see my face! No. Fucking weird. So, yeah, your face is beautiful. Oh, I feel gross right now. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Missy. Thank you. So, yeah, hey. A lot of people really liked my QnA, my little tag I did with my dad, like, a year ago, and so I thought, it's Father's Day. Why not come here, so my brother set up, and do it, because my dad wanted to do something. Oh, thank you. You're gonna make me all blush. Hello. Hey, Pythoness, how you doing? So yeah, why don't we just, we can get started, because my dad will be here, like, literally any minute. He just went to get sour cream, so. Hello from New York, just wanted to say hi, and have a great rest of your night. Thank you! So yeah, if you guys wanna... Also, the reason why it says BMP Gotcha in the corner of the chat log thing is because, I'm on my brother's computer, but, I was able to do things so I can have my stuff stream. Yeah. Better than just, like, doing it into my phone. So yeah, got any questions? Anything you want to ask? Anything you want to ask my dad when my dad shows up? Now's the time. Also, if you guys watch the vlog will actually be up tomorrow instead of up today because I'm obviously not home to edit it. I've been using the Sundays to edit them, so. Hello. How many people are here so far? Let's see. My brother's setup is so fucking weird. How many people do we have so far? Because I can't, like, see the number of... There we go. Okay. What do you use to draw? For my digital work, all of my recent videos, pretty much anything since... I would say... March has been on my Huion. I have a Huion Canvas GT, which I have the review on my channel. The tablet was sent for review, but it's what I've been using non-stop since around March. Whenever my computer died and I had to upgrade it to Windows 10. I've been using my Huion Canvas GT graphics tablet. I have a Toshiba Cosmio, something numbers, I don't remember the numbers, for my eyes. Sorry, these are my not work glasses. My brother's screen's like really close, so. It's my pretty face, not my glasses. Or I'll just sit back. I don't know. How do I look? Do I look like a slob? I don't know. Good. I use my Toshiba Cosmio laptop, which I've had for almost 5 years now. A lot of people, knock on it, because, you know, I'm having a lot of problems now, but for a laptop, it's lasted me a long time, and for daily use, because I use it as a work computer. I've used it as a work computer and not like as a laptop's supposed to be. It's lasted 4 years, almost 5, with like use every single day for constant hours every day. So there's that. For traditional work, it's literally all over the place. Let's see. How in the ding dong do you do digital art? I use Krita with my Huion 640p, but it's difficult to do digital art. Are you to make the chins? It's in Japan. Make all the chins. Oh, we're gonna make like ugly faces, or we do like and stuff like that, I'm all for it. I love taking ugly photos. I love taking shitty photos with my friends. I'm at my dad's work. Do you have any dad puns? I do not, because I hate dad puns. Oh no, my video output's low. Why is it low? Why is it saying it's low? Is it laggy? I'm actually honestly asking because on my brother's thing, it's saying the video output's really low. I mean, there's a lag, but like it doesn't seem bad on YouTube. Like, because I have my brother's OBS, and then I have YouTube, and then I have this, and it seems to be. It looks okay, but the video output says it's bad. I don't think it's laggy. It seems fine. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. As for digital art, honestly, it's just practice. It's why I tell people that you shouldn't have a screen tablet to start off with. Because I didn't start off with one. I started off with granted I started off with a large one, but I used a Wacom Intuos 3 large. It was like about this big, but the screen was only about like this big. They're a lot bigger back then. And I used that for literally, I think, like 8 years before the face tablet literally fell off. What happened was I was using it all the time, and it was one really hot summer. It was actually when I used to be in this room. This used to be my bedroom before I moved out. It was one really, really hot summer, and I was drawing, and then my arm like stuck to the tablet screen. Like my whole arm did, not my wrist. And I went to like take it off, and the whole screen plate came off with it, and I was like, I was so scared. And then after that, I got my Cintiq, but that's after I've been doing digital art for nearly 8 years, so that's why I always say digital art is hard. It's one of the hardest ones to learn. But once you learn it and you use it constant enough, it literally becomes second nature, and you do things without even realizing it. There are so many different things I know with digital art that I do as second nature that I kind of forget other people don't know how to do because I've just been doing it so long. Trackpads suck for digital art. Trackpads, do you mean like laptop trackpads? Like when they're like this big? Yeah, those kind of suck. Hey, Michi, what's your favorite memory with you and your dad? I have a lot. I have a lot of memories with my dad. But a lot of really good ones are the fact that, like, my love of, like, the occult and horror and stuff are from my dad. So whenever I wanted to see anything spooky or scary... no. Okay, I have a good memory. So, in my parents' old house, in the house I grew up in as a child, for some weird reason, I was, like, terrified of sleeping in my bedroom, so I would not sleep in my bedroom. I would sleep on a couch in the living room, and I did that, like, almost all of my childhood until we moved to this house. And my dad would watch horror movies in the middle of the night, because I love my mom. My mom hates horror movies. She's scared shitless of horror movies. And so my dad would only ever be able to watch them at night when everyone was asleep. And so what would happen is I would roll over, so my dad wouldn't notice, because my dad wouldn't sit on the couch, because I would use it as a bed, so my dad would, like, either pull up a chair or, like, sit on the ground next to the couch and watch movies and stuff. And it was Alien 4. Yeah, it's Alien 4. When Sigourney Weaver has to, like, kill her weird human alien baby thing, you know, because she, like, shoots the hole in the space station and the baby gets, like, sucked out into space. I remember I was crying, and my dad turned over and thought, like, I was, like, scared of the movie, and I'm like, she killed her baby! And then ever since that moment, my dad and I had been horror movie buffs, like, together. So, that was, like, one of my favorite memories. Because I don't remember how young I was. I was young. But, yeah, so that's one of my favorite memories. I know my dad's gotta have a lot when he comes here! Mom's sending him to the store. Let's see, I love Clip Studio Paint. Oh yeah, I actually own Clip Studio Paint, but I haven't been able to play around with it a lot. One thing I'm hoping for with Clip Studio Paint is that when I eventually get an iPad, because I do want to get an iPad Pro someday, that's like after the wedding, long time from now, when I have the money. I would love to get an iPad Pro and an iPencil, because I know if you have a Clip Studio Paint account, it can go on it, and I've seen people use it. So I feel like I would end up using that more than Procreate, but I'm really excited for that. Let's see. I use my computer to do outlines, but I have no idea how to. What? I don't really understand your question. Hey, are you going to VidCon 2018? I am not going to VidCon, sadly. I know I live, like, within driving distance of LA, but there's no reason to go into VidCon for me. Sorry, I'm not going to VidCon. I'm not going to VidCon. I might go next year. Maybe, but we might not be living in California anymore, so that all depends on the future. I gotta show you this one tool in Clip Studio Paint, Michi. I know. And I bought Clip Studio Paint. I have it. But I bought it on sale, so I was smart. But, I know, everyone's like, ditch Psy, go to Clip Studio Paint. I'm like, but I love Psy. Psy's my baby. I've been using Psy for, like, freaking 10 years. Probably longer than that. Oh. Yeah, no, it's nothing wrong. It's not that I don't want to go to VidCon. It's that I literally don't have the money right now. Because even if I was to go and, like, hang out outside the convention center, because I know a lot of people do that, it's still LA, and a lot of people who aren't from California, you know, they don't understand that it's still really expensive. Like, since it's convention season, all public parking is anywhere between 10 to $20, more on the $20 side. So if I'm going there, I'm going to be spending at least 20 on parking, at least 50 in gas to get there, because my car has not the best gas mileage, and it's LA, so you're going to be in traffic a long time. And so I can't reasonably afford it right now, especially since I got into, well, I shouldn't say I got into, thanks to Holly Brown, I get to go to San Japan. So, I'm going to San Japan. What do you use to draw? I use Easy Paint Tool Psy, Easy Paint Tool Psy 2 sometimes, Photoshop CC for special effects, and then my Huion tablet. But before my Huion, I had a Cintiq 13 HD. How do you do shading or layers in general? I struggled with it. Honestly, practice. A big thing that I suggest doing when my digital art sucked, major donkey dick, is I would get other free color, like, you can look up a lot of free line art. Look up free line art, not commission line art, that's two different things, and just literally learn how to color. Like, that's what I did. For the longest time in Psy, I never won, but I would enter all these, like, coloring contests, and I would do all these things, and that's why I love doing collabs with people. Like, I love coloring other people's stuff, is I learned to color so I could learn the programs, and then I got better at actually drawing. Slides back in. San Japan. That's right, Pastel. That's right. San Japan. Well, I'm going to bed already. Tell your dad some weird kid said hi. Have a nice time. I will. Don't worry. Like I said, he should be here any minute. I'm so glad you're streaming. School is boring today. I'm sorry. Wait, why are you in school today? It's Sunday. Well, I'm sorry you had boring school, Rosie. Hello. Hey, I was gonna say I'm a huge inspiration. I love you. Oh, well, thank you, mean Sabina. Sabine? Have you ever been in a haunted house? Okay, like, what do you mean? Like, an actual, like, haunted house? Or, like, I paid and I went through a, like, haunted house? Because I've done both, technically. Do you like California? If I had money, I would love California. I've born and raised, I've lived here my whole life, and in the area I live in, which is the Inland Empire, it's like the spot to live in if you want to live in California, but because of that, it's so expensive because everything's out here that it's a real pain. It's a real pain sometimes. Like, I've talked to a lot of my friends, you know, like, basic bitch rent is in the thousands for a, like, studio apartment with no parking and no pets. So, unless you make a shit ton of money, not really. I'm going to live in one soon. Wait, you're gonna live in a haunted house? Oh, well, have fun. I'll piss it off. Let's see, what's the stupidest thing said between you and your dad? I'll have to remember that one for when my dad shows up, because I can't remember one right now. Oof, that's too real, though. Do you like coffee? I fucking love coffee. I love coffee. That's why on my Patreon, my bean tiers are actually coffee beans. I wonder if anyone's noticed. There's a little haunted hotel in my house. It was on TV. It was freaking sick. Oh, my siblings agreeing with me. Nice. It's really expensive. Yeah. I wonder if she likes to animate. I cannot animate, but someday I would like to. I don't want to ever be an animator. Not that there's anything wrong with animation. I don't have the patience for animation, especially with my stories and stuff. How can you draw inside? I used to be able to, but now I use Fire Alpaca. For me, it works better with my tablet pressure-wise. I just use it. It's easy. I don't know. Again, like I said, I've been using that program for 10 years, so I know it like the back of my hand. Coffee's so good. I've been drinking a lot of iced coffee lately, though, because it's summer, so it's hot. Yellow back. Hello. Gotta wait for my dad. I'm like so waiting for my dad to show up. It shouldn't take him this long. I don't know what's taking so long. And he knew about this live stream. This isn't like a surprise thing. Like, he knew about it, so that's why I'm wondering. But he's almost home. You almost back? Hi, I just wanted to say that you're a huge inspiration to me. Also, is it okay for us to show you fan art? Does anyone make a sculpture? Yeah, no, if you want to make fan art of my characters or of me or of anything, tag me. Tag me on social media. I am TwistedDADsaster on almost everything. I'm TwistedDADsaster with E's on Twitter. I mean, the 3's are E's, and then I'm normal TwistedDADsaster, like, everywhere else. So, I legit love you. I love you too, random person. I'm back. Oh, my dad's here. Excuse me. Dad, you're here? Well, come on. Also, do you want the webcam on or no? Okay, well, it's on then. Come on. I didn't know you were back. I was waiting for you. You might want to bring a chair, though. Somebody brings out another good chair in here. Unless, is Corey here? You want to steal his chair? Okay. Bring your coffee. Alright, well, since it's Father's Day, you can have the chair. Yay. So my dad's here. Okay, so here's the chat. And then here's the webcam. Here's us.
Here we are.
Yeah, so you just here, sit in the chair.
Thanks.
Look.
Don't mind if I do.
So here's my dad. Oh, he's not in the frame yet, I don't think. Maybe. There's a slight lag. But this is my dad when he shows up.
There we are. Hi.
So I'm gonna go get the chair and I will be right back.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't have to touch anything. Just look at the chat as it scrolls by.
Alrighty then.
I'll be right back. Why is his chair so close to the ground? I know I'm short, but this is like really close.
Wow, he's really got it low, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Your brother's a low rider.
Oh my god. Scoot things over. I can sit over there and I can still see the chat and everything.
Good.
Okay, so hi everybody. Now we can get started more. You can see both of us, hopefully.
All right.
Me showing up.
Yeah.
Your daughter's an amazing person. Oh, thank you.
Here we are.
Hi, Michi's dad. Papa Disaster. Here we go. Alright.
That's me.
Help Father who conceived the Twisted.
I know it.
Okay.
I never thought I would create something so artistic.
Well, thank you. Okay. So someone asked earlier, and I forgot about this. They were like, "Are you the only artist in your family?" And I know you told me that you had an uncle that was a painter, right?
Yes. I had an uncle, Johnny Bell, and he painted landscapes, but they were Oklahoma landscapes, so it wasn't really a pretty landscape.
Oh my god!
But yeah, but he had been in a sledding accident when he was like under 10 years old.
Oh god!
And it put him in a wheelchair for the rest of his life.
I never knew this. You always told me he was just a painter. I didn't know he was like.
And so the painting is what he did to, like, you know, and that says he got good at it.
So you two are Twilight twins. Yeah, we have very dark senses of humor.
That's right.
He's where I get all my like occult stuff from. I remember personally when you gave me all your old like occult witch stuff like a long time ago.
That's right.
And I remember you there was a picture of like Bahamut on a cover of a book or something, and you were like, "Goat head and titties. That's the right stuff, right?"
That's it.
That's exactly what you told me.
Goat head and tits.
Oh, I was like 13 or 14. I remember when you gave me that box. I still have that box of stuff.
Right. A bunch of different tarot card books.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you gave me your old tarot cards too, because there was. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I had 2 decks. Like one of them was like a little deck, like about the size of business cards or smaller.
I don't remember that one because I remember you had the yellow like
the yellow
yeah
the classic whatever they called that deck.
I want to hear the assumed hooker story. Oh no, that's not what that story was. That was when the guy at the Denny's thought I was my dad's side hoe.
Oh yeah.
So I thought I told this story before. All right, so. Wow. God, it was like 2 years ago or something. At this point, we were picking up Corey somewhere. My little brother, he went to a rave, and it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and he told us like, "Okay, pick me up at this place." So we get there, and he's not even there yet. He hadn't even left, and so we were hungry, and there was a Denny's that was like attached to a hotel, and we were both hungry. And you were like, "Okay, don't tell Mom. We're gonna get something to eat and just sit in the Denny's." So we go to the Denny's.
Sneak out.
I know, we had to sneak out. We were already there! So, oh god, I remember we went in, I was in pajamas and you or whatever. And then we went, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We went in, they sat us down, everything was normal. And then like Mom called at one point and you lied on the phone, but we weren't there. And I remember our waiter gave us like the nastiest stink eye. Cause like,
Right.
Because it was, Jesus, that was so funny. And then it just spiraled from there into getting worse and worse. And then I remember I'm like, "Dad, I think he thinks I'm your side hoe." It's like 3 in the morning, you just lied to your wife where you were. This Denny's is attached to a hotel.
So at one point during the meal when it seemed like the guy was looking at us, Michelle sitting across from me, I held her hand and looked her in the eye.
I know, yeah, I remember that. I remember.
Just to creep him out.
Oh, it was great. It was great. And then I remember, like, our food had just gotten there. We didn't even get to eat it. Because then Corey was already there. And he's like, "I want to go home." And we were like, our food just got there. And so then we had to, like, sit in traffic. Because when we went home, remember, like, all the lanes were, like, something happened. It was a terrible car crash.
Yes.
So I remember, like, a helicopter to lift somebody away, but, like, all the lanes were closed.
Oh, and that's right, because it happened, like, right in front of us.
Yeah.
So we got to see the helicopter picking them up, and yeah, that was exciting.
Dad's here now. Stupidest thing that happened said between you two. Jesus Christ, there's so many. I couldn't think of any. Someone was asking that before. Do you remember any, like...
Gee.
Something stupid happened with us? I think it'll like...
Gee, I don't know. It all seems so brilliant. It's...
Jesus.
Sure. No, sure. Pass.
Okay, another question. Oh, is it buffering really bad? Do you like Marvel? Do you like Marvel movies?
Oh yeah. What'd
you think of Avengers?
Oh, that was great. I had to get all caught up with a whole bunch of the movies in order to be able to go see.
Yeah, he doesn't usually go to the theaters that much, so he waits and then he just watches them at home.
Yes. So I had to, but I was gonna have to go out and see Black Panther and what was the The big Avengers movie. So in order to prepare for that, Brandon had it all listed out for me which films I needed to watch first and in what order.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So I managed to bang through all of those. And just got through the last one the night before going to see the Avengers flick. That was great. Though.
Okay. So another question is.
Me.
Oh, well, that's a good thing about having nerds in your family.
That's right.
What the heck, virus and protection thing? Okay, well, that can go away. I remember another question was, so, how do you feel about me being bisexual? That was a question.
Oh, really? Well, that's.
I mean, I told you a while ago.
Oh,
but
dear, that's your problem, not mine. I don't burden you.
I know.
With my proclivities. But the only thing I've always felt is that no matter what it is, if it's if it's a brick that you fall in love with, it doesn't matter. The main thing is that you're happy and you're not being abused.
Exactly. Jesus.
Because it doesn't matter what you love or who you love, you can still be abused and you can still be unhappy.
This is true. Yeah, no, this is my dad. Another question was, how did you get into tarot cards? That's what Armani asked.
Oh, wow. I was just into, I liked reading when I was really young, I started looking for some of those things that might help me figure out what was going on in life. You know, and all of that stuff seemed very fascinating. So I started reading up a lot about it. And when I was a kid, I used to go a couple of times a year. I lived in Roland Heights, which was at the time a very, very small, very sleepy community. And so a couple times a year, I'd get to go out to Hollywood and go like record and book shopping. And so at the bookstore, I'd always be looking for like either weird, funny things. Or these strange occult things. Yeah. So that's where I started to find out that all these tarot cards I've been reading about, I can get a pack. I can even get books to learn how to use them. And I started working with them a lot, and I got too good for my comfort. And
yeah, I remember that's what you said. Yeah.
So, I started. It was getting to where I was like doing a little layout for myself every morning, before going to school and stuff. And I had to step back. It was getting too real.
Too real? Yeah. I got you. Yeah, you can draw fan art of my dad if you want. Someone asked that.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Tag me in it. I'll show it. It's great. Let's see. How did you and your dad meet? So how did you and your mom meet? So how did you meet Mom?
Well, dear, met your mother over a bowl of hash at a party.
Wait, really? Was it really? I knew it was a party. I didn't know that's how you guys actually met. Oh, that's beautiful. That makes so much sense now.
Oh, it was a very smoky little apartment and a bunch of people, loud music and everything. and I remember going, because at the time I was staying with a friend, and I went back home that night, and I said to my friend, I met this girl at this party tonight, and I think she's beautiful. She's pretty stoned, so I wasn't really sure.
You weren't sure?
I think.
That's that's great. I knew it was a party. That's all I knew. I didn't.
That was at the Death Leaguer's apartment.
That just makes it so much better. The what? Wait, what? The Death Leaguers?
What? Yeah. They had this great apartment where, in this apartment building, there was this one apartment that was at the end of the row above a parking spaces. So there was like nobody below you, nobody only on one side. So this was like the party apartment because you couldn't disturb.
Yeah, you couldn't disturb anybody.
They'd just invite their neighbor all the time, and everything was cool. So wow, it was just wicked in there. It was one of those, let's just drink till we're blind kind of groups of guys.
So you mean when was this? Was this the 70s?
Yeah,
it was the 70s.
Yeah, it had to be around 75 or so.
Let's see. How did you and your dad meet? I was born. I assumed you were there.
Yeah, that was me. I was the guy with the mustache.
Yeah, no, this is the guy where I get all my fucked up humor from and everything. What's your dad's opinion on the situation when your brother graduated by making the teacher's pay?
Oh, God. That guy, I tell you. He's been... Something happened somewhere along the way.
We don't know what.
Don't know. But man, he just like took a left turn somewhere along the way and like left all of us. And I don't know what the hell it is. And it's funny because since then... He's kind of like...
bounced back a bit.
Bounced back, sort of, yeah. He's kind of. I can't say he's like...
I know.
But, you know, he's... so I have hopes.
Hey,
I have hopes for him.
It could be worse. He didn't bounce back and then be like, I found Jesus.
That's true. That could have been very unfortunate. But, you know, and he's had his rough spots, and I just hope that they're...
Yeah,
they're behind him now. So I have to worry about one. Because I don't have to worry about you. I know you're in good hands because you've got Cody.
Thank you.
You know, and Brandon I have high hopes for. I think he's going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. But there's a little something for you. If you ever want to have kids, don't stop at just one because one could be that messed up one. So I had 3 and I got 2 out of 3 that are really, really good. So.
What I've missed? Not much. Just asking my dad questions. This is my dad. This is Papa Twisted / Dad.
Oh, hello, Toasty Ghost.
I love usernames. Like, some people's usernames are amazing. Your dad laughs reminds me of gummy bears. That's good, I think. Someone earlier said, like, I really love your dad's voice. I want him to sell me a car. I read that earlier.
Well, that's crazy.
You were a mechanic, but I don't think you ever sold. Did you ever sell a car?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Wow. Any more questions, guys, or is there a lag on the internet? Hopefully, there's not. Jesus. I'll just wait for the chat to go back up for Jesus. So did you get everything you needed at the store?
Yes. And get that last minute sour cream, apparently. So.
That one missed me. Okay, so Pastel Monster is a friend of mine. She's going to the con that I'm going to.
Oh, excellent. I'm so anxious for you to go to that.
I know. I'm so excited.
I've been wanting you to do one for years. This is going to be great.
Sorry, I didn't think I was good enough. Let's see. Oh, what was your... The first time we met Cody. That was a fun story. That was my 16th birthday party.
Oh my god.
Because Mom met him. But you hadn't met him yet because it was like 2 weeks later.
That's right. Ooh,
so... It was my 16th birthday party. You want to tell the story?
No, go ahead. I'll jump in.
So it was my 16th birthday party. Cody and I had only been dating for 2 weeks max because neither of us knew that our birthdays were both in November, because Cody asked me out on Halloween. Our first date was November 5th, then Cody's birthday was on the 18th, and then mine was on the 30th. And my parents were throwing this big party. Like, they rented out this, where was that place? Like, it wasn't like a hotel, it was like a room somewhere.
Yeah, and it was at, it was in Rancho.
I remember it was in Rancho, it was a room, but it was like a place that you just rent rooms. It wasn't like a hotel.
Yeah, right. It was like a conference room kind of thing with a... Yeah, I can't think of the name of the place. Yeah,
I can't think... I don't know why it is. We were going there, and then something happened. I don't remember what happened, but that same brother was saying some very fucked up things about me on my birthday, and Cody heard it. And so... I don't remember what happened, because I wasn't there for that, but all I remember was Cody pinned him up to a wall, and then you came up to Cody, and I was like, oh, this is my dad's first instance with my boyfriend. Is him pinning a little brother up to a wall.
And might I say, add to defend your honor.
I know, yes.
So
yes, he was doing it because he was saying, my brother was saying some very, very messed up shit about me on my birthday with all my friends there, and so... So what did you say to Cody when...
I forget. What did I say?
Oh, I thought you said, because I remember you said something like, "Thank you so much for defending her honor."
I did.
But let me handle my game.
Right.
So
Yeah, okay,
that's what Cody said at least.
Well, he was a guy. I thought he was gonna hurt Corey.
Yeah. Cody was always big because Corey was young at the time.
Yeah. He was a little scrawny guy, so Cody could have really smushed him. So yeah, didn't want that.
He didn't hit him. But,
no, but wow, that impressed me.
Yeah,
that impressed me. And then you guys was on your first date when he took you to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were at the movies, and I waited till I knew it was a good movie. Been going.
Oh my god, I forgot about this.
Half hour or 45 minutes, and then I texted Cody. I texted hands check.
And he had just put his hand over my shoulder. Wasn't anything weird. And we both flipped out. And we were looking around, we're like, what the fuck?
Is he here? Is he here? No.
Because he hadn't met you yet. And so he's like, what the hell? He scared the shit out of him on our first day. That was great. Do you like my art? Someone asked.
Oh gosh, I love your art. I'm amazed by your art because nobody, I mean, that uncle, okay, with his paintings, all right, but other than that, there's ever been anybody with an artistic bone in their body in our family.
Oh, thank you.
So it's really exciting. It's really exciting.
Let's see, what was another one? Embarrassing childhood stories of me.
Embarrassing childhood stories. Well, there's that. I guess there's that time that you attacked me with the bunny ears and sliced my eye.
Okay. So you have to tell them this story because I was too young to remember it. All I remembered was having those stupid ears, and then it literally blacked out. I don't remember what happened. And you came back from the hospital with an eye patch, and I literally don't remember that entire time. So tell them this magical story.
And I don't even think it was Easter either. We just we found the blow up.
How old was I? Because I was young.
Oh, you were young. You were probably 3 or 4 at the most.
Oh, I was that young. I thought it was 6 at least. Okay.
Yeah, and then so it's you blow it out, a little inflatable thing. You put it on your head, and it's got rabbit ears. Well, those kind of inflatables, the real cheap ones, they always have a little seam going all around the edge. And Michelle had that on her head, and I was holding her, and she just dipped her head like that, and that edge of that ear just sliced my eye, and I practically threw her. Oh my god! No wonder you didn't remember any of that.
I don't remember any of it. I just remember
terrifying.
I just literally remember the bunny ears and then you coming home with an eye patch.
Yeah, man.
That in between has always been gone.
Wow, it was a good scratch too, but fortunately it wasn't anything that was permanent. But oh wow,
I sliced your eye open.
Scratched eye hurts.
I would assume so. Jesus. Shit. Okay, let's see. What's the craziest thing you've ever done? You've done a lot of stuff. Okay, maybe something that won't get you arrested.
Gee, I don't know. I've done a few things, but I don't think I've been that. Well, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, you openly told me that you were like, I loved my friends, but I couldn't have my friends around kids.
Yeah. No, I didn't I couldn't. No, once we, and a lot of times that happens anyway. You have kids, and then while you're friends, you don't hang out with them anymore, and that's just life. But yeah, it was. I had to keep them away. Actually,
I told them about your friend. One time, I told them in a live stream about your friend that lived in a tree and had the beard that he shaved right down here.
Russell Kanzler. Yes. Yes.
Wow.
So he had a beard. He had a full beard, and one day he got up and shaved just right here where you would normally have. That would be all you would grow.
Yeah.
So he had this full beard except for right here, and it was just the damn strangest thing. But Michelle's mom and I were living in North Hollywood, right on the other side of the freeway from the Universal Studios. And the Gibson Amphitheater there in those days was called the Universal Amphitheater. There was it's all trees all around there. It's a hilly area, and Russ was visiting from wherever he lived in a park somewhere. he wanted to be a ranger.
Yeah, I know.
Actually,
he chose to live in a park.
Yes, he wasn't like it wasn't. He was like if it was homeless by choice, that's what this would be. But it was he had a home and it was as big as all outdoors. And so when he came to visit us, he on the nights when there were concerts going on, he would go over near the amphitheater, and he'd climb up in trees up there
and watch it from
and
trees.
Watch the concert. He said he found some great trees where you could sit up in the tree and have a great view, and the sound was really good. And I think he saw Joni Mitchell over there.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's some old stuff there. Joni Mitchell, jeez.
Oh Jesus. Okay, so okay, no, because someone wants you to say something. All right, can you say, "Ooh, woo, what's this"?
Ooh, what's this?
It's a meme thing that's
on
the internet.
Oh, all right.
No, we said it.
Oh, you're welcome to use that. Woohoo! What's this?
Okay, let's see. What did we do to earn such purity from your dad? They love you.
Oh my goodness. Well, thanks.
So many Father's Day streams. I want to watch them all. Oh, I guess I'm not alone.
Oh, hey.
Okay, Papa Twisted, what do you know about what the kid... My dad knows memes. My dad's made memes.
I've memed.
I've
memed.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but my memes are all... the only memes that I've done really are on my drinkingandriving.org.
Yeah, on your website.
Yeah, I'd see
They're
that.
They're still good, though. I don't think you... I know you know what my characters look like, but I don't think you know what, like, any of their names are or anything. Someone's like, what, like, does your dad know anything? Like, do you have a favorite character of mine?
No, I know that there's a character, I think, that is named Tetsu.
Yes, yeah, that's right. You got her. Oh my god, I didn't know you knew her name. Mom doesn't know her name. Yeah, no, she's my main character. So.
Yeah, so that's one of your OCs, so that's one of your original
characters. Yeah.
See that?
Oh, I'm so proud.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know, because I know Brandon knows some, but he only knows a couple of them. Let's see. Do you have an OC based on your dad? No, not really, but I do have a lot of fatherly characters that are based off of my dad in my stories. Because I love my dad, because my dad doesn't give a shit. What was it, something that you always told me? It was like, if you ever hear me talking shit about your back, talking shit behind your back, it'd save me time telling it to your face. That's
right, because I never said anything behind anyone's back that I wouldn't gladly say to their face.
Yeah.
They hated me at Target for that.
Hey, you kept your job, though.
I sure did. It's hard to, they would have loved a lot of times along the way. There were little occasions where they would have loved to have gotten rid of me. But it's hard to fight with truth. So, when I would be my biggest smartass self would be when I was like, when I had something truthful to say. And, they hate that.
Oh, you mean how, like, when we went to pick up my glasses and stuff, and we were talking, and how I told you how fantasy football is pretty much like D&D? And you were like, I wish I had realized that back when I worked then.
Yeah, that's right, because, fantasy football is one of those things that, when you're in a corporate environment, like Target was, outside of the stores, we're in the warehouses, and then you get out of the warehouse itself into all the offices, and all the guys running around with the little metal boxes that hold papers, we call them geek boxes. And, those guys...
I had one of those. I remember because I had one of those, and you made fun of me. You're like, don't turn into one of those people.
Yeah, that's right. And, but then they were all like, they were all doing fantasy football. Mm-hmm. And then there would be like a couple of people in HR who would be saying, I heard somebody's doing fantasy football. And we'd just be like, I don't know. So, but my boss, Steve Hostler, I'll do a little name dropping since we're on the internet.
Yes.
He was like the ringleader of the
as long as it's not bad, you can say names.
Yeah, of the fantasy football stuff in the Target warehouses, and it was crazy because
so he was the dungeon master.
Even the general manager of the whole warehouse would be dropping by his office to like compare notes on like who they were playing and everything. It was, wow, okay. But I don't know if they exchanged money or not. I suspect that they did.
They probably did. A lot of places do. Yeah. People want to know how old you are.
Oh, I'm about to be...
Jesus, you don't remember?
Oh, no, it's just that, wow, I'm about to be 61.
Oh, Dad. It's not that bad, though. Yeah, my parents waited to have kids, because my dad, that's something he always told me. He was like, get all your crazy out with your young. That way, when you become a parent, you're a good parent.
Oh, it could have been just so embarrassing to have a child and be doing the kinds of things that we were doing when we were younger. We had to get that stuff out of our system.
I mean, that's us right now.
Yeah.
Do you both draw? No, I'm the only artist in my family.
Absolutely the only.
But he's good at computers. He's actually built, except for my laptop, he built all of my computers, these weird Frankenstein computers, because they were never like a computer. It was like, you got parts from swap meets and you made them into Franken computers.
That's right. Good ones.
Yeah, so that's my dad. He's not that old.
Nah.
It's so funny though, because on YouTube you see a lot of like young parents. So like you see that and you see like they're like, oh, here's my dad. He's only 40 and he's a grandfather, and it's like, oh.
Every time I begin to think that maybe I'm getting a little old, I just go to YouTube, search for Rolling Stones, pick the most recent live video, and watch it. And Mick Jagger will just like, you say to yourself, shit, that guy's a good 12, 13 years older than me. Look at him go. Come on, I gotta have a little spring in my step left, right?
I mean, heck, he just had a kid.
It's not just the years,
because he just had a kid, right? His kid's not even one yet.
I think so, yeah.
Forgot your
age.
He didn't forget it. He just didn't want to say.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad.
It's something I don't think about a lot because I don't really, here's the thing. 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Somebody my age, damn old, looked really old.
Yeah.
Just ancient. And so, it's been a nice half of a century, and things of like, we all live a lot longer. We all look a lot better as we do. Mm-hmm. And we're just all very fortunate to be alive in this time.
Right. Let's see. We're so proud of Twisted Dad, and Papa Twisted in his art knowledge.
Yay!
Oh, does your father watch your videos? I don't think you don't really watch my videos, do you? I mean, I've showed you a couple, but
right, not too often, but I try and tune in sometimes.
You do?
Yeah,
I didn't actually watch them.
Yes, I try to.
Okay,
but I get that string of videos of Cody playing the dating game.
You watched you watched Dream. You watched Dream Daddy. I know you popped in like for the first stream. Did you watch all of them?
I didn't watch all of them. I couldn't.
It's so funny though, Dad. It's amazing. That makes it so much better knowing that you watched Dream Daddy. Oh, that game was so fun.
Cody was funny.
Let's see. Good practice. I know a lot of people have wanted you to play like horror games like with me on a stream or something.
Oh,
I don't know how, because I know you like horror movies. I don't know. Do you like horror? Have you ever played horror games?
Not really, because in the early days of like Doom and stuff when it first came out, it was like a horror game, but it wasn't horrific because it was
pixelated.
None of the graphics were there or anything.
Now it's real.
Yeah.
Like I saw where they're like, yeah, you can play Doom in VR. I'm like, nah.
No, thank you.
I'm good. I'm good. I like Doom, but I feel like that would make me sick.
I liked that Doom was one of those really early 8-bit games that there were a lot of modifications for, and you could do things to it. So there was like a version of Doom where you could just run through and purely shooting up Nazis. And then there was another one where it was all monsters, and there were a couple of different ones, and there was one that was like I forget what kids show it was, but there were some characters from a kids show in it that she had to run around killing. Again, just a Doom mod kind of thing.
Oh, I'm sure my dad has a lot of work horror stories. My dad has had a lot of jobs.
Oh my goodness!
In the past. You have to be very careful though, because you have to rename people.
That's right. So yeah, like John Ives. Oops.
Dad!
Well, he was the general manager at this Target warehouse. Oh, he was such a mean man. And all the things that you hear these days about how, like with the, I'll just say this, that whole hashtag Me Too, movement.
Oh, all the sexual harassment stuff?
Right,
Yeah.
all the sexual harassment stuff. You know, there's sexual harassment. There is real sexual harassment. And you know who doesn't get sexually harassed?
Ooh.
Prostitutes. You know why? They're getting paid for it, and that's their
Did he have prostitutes? Did he?
No, but
Oh, okay,
here's the thing. You know, somebody like a Harvey Weinstein, and all the lesser pieces of shit like him.
Yeah.
Okay, that would like operate their little casting couches, right? Mm-hmm. Which has been going on forever. It's been going on since the 30s.
No, I know. They've always made the jokes and stuff about it.
But here's the thing. There were a lot of women who would sleep with guys uglier than Weinstein to get a part in a movie.
This is true, yeah.
And so, you know, there's a guy who even looks like that and has all these beautiful women throwing themselves at him, well, he's going to start to get a little bit of a big head about it. Okay?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Everybody around him who was not like him, all the secretaries, the HR people, the other people in his business partners, everybody, every single one of them knew what kind of a pig he was. But he was making so much money and he was so important, and they would just tell everybody, that's just Harvey. That's just Harvey.
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't care where you work. You can, unless it's like a little place of 3 people, and even then it can happen. But like at the Target warehouse, this manager, oh, he was a perfect gentleman as far as, you know, how you treat, all that. Nothing. I'm not suggesting anything like that. But wow, was he foul-mouthed? He was rude. He was condescending. He would treat everybody like pieces of crap.
So he was an asshole.
He was a total asshole. and if he said something that was horrible about you and everybody in your family who had led up to you existing, you could go to HR and complain, and they would say, "That's John." That's John, and that is the attitude right there. That's just Harvey. That's just John. That's just every asshole, and you just like go roll along with it because we're being successful.
Yeah, because that's how it was back then. Like now, people can talk about it and stuff.
Right. So it's more than the sex stuff, though. It's every asshole,
it's everything. Yeah,
every asshole who thinks that they're just like bigger than they really are.
No, it's true. I mean, heck, it's back like when I was working at the supermarket. So I can't say where it was. Because you haven't worked at Target for so long, so I think you're fine.
Oh, yeah.
Now I think about it, it's been almost like 10 years or something, right? Yeah. So yeah, you're good. So you're good. Mine hasn't been that long. But yeah, like the fact that it was like 119 out, and they were like, yeah, if I catch you drinking water outside, you're going to get fired. It's like...
Yeah.
What? You can't. It's like, oh, that's just how it is. It's like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be. Yeah, this is where I get my ranty, opinionated side from. See? Does it make sense now? Because I go off like that too, so it's great. Okay, your dad's really cool. Yeah, that's my dad. Oh, my dad was telling him just about assholes that he worked with back many a year ago. I hear John and I hear shooting Nazis. What diss I like? Hi.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Oh, you having fun? You having a good Father's Day?
Yeah.
As long as you're having fun, that's all I care about. Thank you. I love my dad.
Thank you, everybody.
So, let's wait for it to catch up. But if anyone else wants to ask any more questions or anything, and yeah. Oh my god, but it's so true. I mean, people at Cody's work deal with stuff like that. You know, where it's like, oh, it's just so-and-so. It's like, that's not how it's supposed to be.
Right. Oh, and hey, everybody, here's the Rolling Stone shirt I'm wearing today.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay, so my dad has a Rolling Stone shirt for, like, you used to have one for every day of the year.
Yeah, I sold a bunch of them, and some of them got so holy I can't wear them anymore. Yeah. So I have, and here's the back of it. Woohoo, a bigger bang. So yeah, it's yeah, I had one time I had close to 50 Stone shirts.
I think I had more than that.
And I actually sold some of them to the Atlantic Records.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I had I sold some of my collection to of all people in the world, the president of Atlantic Records.
That's really neat.
It was cool because Atlantic Records, at one time, the Rolling Stones had been on Atlantic Records. So, and this guy, he's like a hardcore collector. Well, when you're the president of a record company, you can be hardcore whatever you want.
Exactly.
So he had like, possibly the second largest record collection in the world.
And he came to you and bought stuff from you?
Yeah.
That's
and
cool.
I had a bunch of stuff that he was really interested in.
Yeah.
And so, and he actually bought some of the shirts, too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My dad and my mom have always said this. I consider them successful hippies. Because they would go out to all these... For my 10th birthday... I'm never going to let you live this down.
Oh, it was great. That was your best birthday.
For you guys!
Yeah.
So, for my 10th birthday, my parents were like, guess what, Michelle? We're all going to Vegas. And I had never been to Vegas before. We did more stuff, though, so it's not just that. But I remember I was super excited. I'd never been to Vegas. I was 10. Brothers were there. We were all going. I think Ron was there, too, right? Wasn't Uncle Ron with us? And just got Jamie? I think we did. Yeah, no, he had to because he watched us. I remember that.
Right.
Yeah. So... we get to the hotel, everything's fine. And then, like, when we get there, my dad and mom are like, okay, we're gonna come back later tonight. Bye. And then I found out, the reason why I have to deal with that, all my friends deal with that at work. She has to have a boss like that.
Oh, okay, there you go.
She was just talking about, it was a slight, I guess there's a slight lag there. But, oh my god. Where was I going? Oh, yeah. And then I remember I was, like, really sad, because we had this tradition where at midnight on your birthday, we would always open a gift, but you guys weren't there. So I had no idea what was happening. I was with Ron, and I think he left at one point, because like everyone else went to bed. And then you guys came back. You guys had the best time ever at this Rolling Stones concert. So my birthday was the excuse to go to Vegas.
That's right. Oh.
The next day we had the day together. We spent the day together, so I'm not saying my dad did it, but it was funny. When we got there, that's when the concert was.
That's right. We stayed at the Hard Rock
Hotel. Yeah.
And it was the
that
concert.
Was a cool hotel. That was a neat hotel.
It was. Oh, the concert was something because it was in the Joint, which was
it's like small, right?
It's club. It was a club show, so we're used to
Stones at a club. Yeah,
we were used to seeing them in football stadiums, and at the smallest, an arena.
Yeah.
So that was really. That was sweet. And then
it's so funny because I remember we went to the Wax Museum, and you and I were the only ones who went to the horror section.
That's right.
Because Corey and Brandon wanted to go in, and Mom was like, "You're not going in there."
That's right. Madame Tussauds.
Yes. Yep.
Great.
They're so great. I know. I would love to go again. It's been so long. So I heard freaking Brandon went to the Body Museum without me.
Yes, he did.
Did you go with him?
No.
I still want to go to that.
No. Well, see, when he said he was going to that, and I thought that what it was the exhibit with the bodies that have been like preserved and filleted and everything. But no, that it was some other body exhibit.
It wasn't the people turned inside out.
No, it was something else. I forget what it was now. But
still interesting though.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No, my dad's got. Oh my god, is that a Rolling Stone? Yeah, it's a Rolling Stones mug. Yeah, because they saw you sipping from it. Yeah, my dad's a giant Stones fan. That's their Xbox. That was your Xbox Live tag for like ever was Stones fan. I remember that when we had the Xbox. Right. That was the first thing.
That's right. That was if I can get Stones fan as a name for something, I always do.
Yeah. Oh god, I don't know. Do you know any dad jokes? People want dad. Do you know any dad jokes?
Who, me?
Yes.
No, of course not.
They're supposed to be like, have you ever gotten arrested? I have never been arrested. Oh, have you ever been arrested? Have you?
Oh, have I ever been arrested? Well,
have you? Well, I don't think you have.
Well, there was this one time I wasn't 18 yet. So
hello and happy Father's Day. It's perfect timing. You don't have to tell them.
A friend of mine and I were gonna go. We were gonna go camping, and
so you weren't 18 yet,
right? And we were gonna go camping, and it was where we were gonna. We had two other friends with us, and we were gonna go up in the mountains. And so we were going to take a bunch of hashish with us, and we were going to smoke it in the mountains, and then come back down a couple days later. So and then return home. So anyway, so
stupid high school stuff is what
we get up into the mountains, and it was snowing. We weren't prepared for that, And I mean, it was like once you got up high
It was
there,
snowing.
it was snowing, but it was like the snow was forming around us, so the snow wasn't falling. It was like kind of like forming it, like doing this kind of thing, you know? Like, yeah, it was just strange. So we came back down, and our other two friends said, "Screw this, you know,
It's not worth it."
Yeah, this isn't going to turn into a camping trip." So my other buddy and I were like. Then we started like looking along the beach, along the coast for a place to camp or something. And man, after a bunch of driving and a lot of smoking,
Oh my god!
a little metal pipe with something that you have to keep the lighter on to keep going. Man, that gets hot. So we'd hang the pipe out the window.
You would do
to cool it off, while driving, and then we could like have some more. But then we got to this point where it was like, okay, we're really tired, really stoned, and there's a whole bunch of trucks pulled over to the side over here off the road.
So you guys parked by the trucks?
Yeah, this is like off the side off of PCH, and so we're on Pacific Coast Highway. We pull over and we just like go to sleep there. And then later on, there's us tapping on the window.
Oh no!
And we get up, and all the trucks are gone, and we're the only vehicle there, sticking out like a sore thumb. And so, yeah, we got arrested with a few grams of hashish, but
I've never heard it called fashish, by the way. Like, you keep saying that, and I'm like, I've never heard it called that before.
So then,
I know what it is, but...
So we thought we were like, just going to go straight to the penitentiary, do not pass go, do not collect $200, because that was like, that was kind of a hardcore. That wasn't just, even pot was a really bad thing then.
Yeah, no, I know.
With. So yeah, this was,
But it was the 70s. I thought it was like everywhere.
It was, but what they were trying to build up prisons as fast as they could during the 70s to keep up with all the new arrests that they were making. And so my friend and I, one thing that was kind of neat, my friend and I each got to have because it was in Malibu, we each got to have our very own cell to spend the night in. Everything was gleaming clean. We were the first ones.
So you got to stay in a nice...
Yes.
I was in a nice prison.
Yes, right.
That's oh my god.
And then, by the morning, they were just like, look, we don't, it was getting to the point where they couldn't handle all the people that they were arresting. So you guys
were let go?
We were pretty much let go. Yeah. So, but it was, that was a scare.
How'd you get the stuff? How'd you get it? I think they're asking how you got the weed back then.
Ah, that sucked. That was always hard because you had to know somebody, and you had.
I was gonna say, isn't it like the movies where it's like you have to know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy?
Right. And the more guys you have to know, the more the price gets piled up higher and higher because every time it changed hands, it'd be for a few bucks.
Yeah,
But the thing that's so wonderful about legal weed, I never gave this any thought.
Yeah.
All those decades, right? But until it was legal, and until there was a method for it to be grown here, and sold here, you were basically, as a pot smoker, through the 60s, through the 70s, through the 80s, through the 90s, we were supporting these MS-13 style cartels.
For weed. I never understood that. I never understood what they're like, here's meth and crack and weed. It feels like weed shouldn't be...
really silly.
Yeah.
Really silly.
And what's funny, what's really funny about the whole thing is because there's a lot of people who are like, anti-weed, anti-whatever. But I've heard this, and it's something I agree to. It's like, I will take a stoner over an alcoholic any day. Like, and a lot of people I've asked that, they're like, I would totally take a stoner over an alcoholic any
by
day.
the way, I am the president of drinkingandriving.org, so while I'm sitting here talking about all my drug exploits, I would like to say that,
he was never stupid.
Yeah, I was always pretty cool about that stuff. However, it's now that things are getting legal, it's getting really crazy.
Yeah.
Because everybody thinks, wow, woohoo, it's legal. I can do anything anywhere now. And
that's not how it works.
And as different as pot is from, like you were saying, the cocaine, all the real drugs.
Yeah.
Well, even though that's true, what's also true is pot impairs you.
Yes.
And you need to be able to make split-second decisions when you're driving. And that's, that's ultimately what, why there's an issue. So I even have an article on my website about pot and driving where I give all my little recommendations for keeping cool, not getting arrested, and not hurting anyone.
Just so you know, this isn't a shameless promo. My dad does go to colleges, and I go with him to help, and we actually... When we can't, we haven't been able to do it a lot this year, but we go to colleges and you do talks and stuff. And
yeah. I give talks. I've spoken several times at Cal State USB.
Yeah, I remember we've been there.
Yeah, been to. Went out to the Air Force Base in 29 Palms. That was really something. It was it was 113 degrees when I went out there.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, to talk to their all their newer recruits that were screwing up and drinking when they weren't supposed to. Because in the Army, they really hate that stuff. Apparently, you'd never know it to know any of those guys.
Michi's dad sounds badass as a kid. My dad is badass still. Also, did you know your dad was a stoner? Yes, because my dad wasn't an idiot.
Okay. And you knew because I don't lie.
Yeah. And also, I think there's one thing that was really good too that I always liked that you did was you never smoked in front of us.
Right.
We knew the garage was your thing, and we knew what it was, and it was,
right.
Because, that was something that's always bothered me even now. Like, when I was a teacher's aide, when I'd see, parents with, the little kids who would, have their bong in their car with their, 6-year-old. And I'm like, as a parent who smoked, can you just not? Your kid's right there.
Right.
Go ahead and do it, you do you, but think about your kid.
Yeah.
So.
Because, you guys have to find your own way with that stuff. But that'd be totally crazy to say, out of all the things that you should do, here's the one that you should do. Here,
right, Jesus. Has your dad ever met anyone famous? Yeah, you've met a lot of famous people, actually.
I met a few, yes.
Because, you met Devo.
That's right. When I was an auto mechanic, for a few years, I did a mechanic on wheels where I made house calls. And one of my clients was, who lived pretty much across the street from me. He was like a small-time coke dealer.
Oh my God! Wait, I didn't know that!
Yeah, he was also like this producer, but, kind of... that people would come to him not for the production, but for the coke.
Yeah.
So, but anyway...
LA.
Yeah. But, I met Stephen Stills there. Crosby, Stills, and Nash Young. Stephen Stills went to my buddy there to buy some coke because they were Crosby, Stills, Nash Young was being inducted into the Music Hall of Fame, the Grammys Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So before the Grammy Awards, when they were going to get their Lifetime Achievement, he wanted to get a bunch of cocaine, so he's over there and I got to meet him, and I asked him about what he thought about some of the other types of music that were going on, because there was it was just the beginning of these. Electronic music and ambient things were just beginning, and he told me to shut the fuck up and that I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about.
Oh my God, what an asshole!
So fucking stupid. And
Jesus.
And I had several albums of his.
I know you were
at the time.
What an asshole!
But that was the late 70s, early 80s, and in the nearly 40 years since, I've never bought a record with Stephen Stills on it. Out of the thousands of records I've bought since then, never one with him. Fuck him. Bastard.
But that's how it is. I've met artists like that.
Well,
at conventions and stuff. Where I'll try talking to them, and I'll be nice, and they'll be total assholes about it. And I'm sitting here you're trying to sell your product, and now you're just coming off as an asshole.
Meanwhile, one of the guys in Devo, there were two guys named Bob. There were two guys, last name Mothersbaugh, the two brothers, Bob Mothersbaugh and Mark Mothersbaugh. Mark was the real brains of the outfit. He was the creative one. And Mark, his brother, Bob, his brother, and there was another Bob in the group. So it was Bob 1 and Bob 2, they'd call him. Well, Bob Mothersbaugh, I got to work on his car. He had this old early 60s Chevy boat that he had a big piece of crap, and I'd have to make sure I had duct tape when I went to work on his car. So anyway.
So what did you always say?
The
world's held together with zip ties and duct tape.
That's right. And so he was really friendly, and we partied a bunch, and he Devo, when they first started, their first album they actually they made in Berlin, and with Brian Eno producing.
Wait, they were German?
No, they were from Ohio.
But their first...
Yeah.
What?
And And so working with Brian Eno, who was in Berlin because he had been, working with David Bowie out there and everything. And oh my gosh. And so he was creating ambient music at that time. Brian Eno was. Ambient music, by the way, was created by Brian Eno. Just look up Brian Eno. Anyway, so
my dad's a very big music fan, if you could tell.
One of the first ambient recordings was something called Music for Airports, an album that he did that was like just
like elevator music kind of stuff?
Sort of, yeah. It was made to be where, if you listen closely, it could be interesting, but if you didn't listen at all, it was in the background and it would help to
it would
be part of the ambience. So that was so my friend Bob Mothersbaugh gave me a cassette tape of outtakes from Music for Airports.
There's outtakes?
Yes, because it was a lot of tape looping and a lot of work to create this one little album. And oh my goodness, so I was like, I had this cassette tape of an entire alternate version of Music for Airports. And I've got to put it away somewhere.
That's so cool.
But oh my gosh, if I ever found that, that's like, that's like a real holy grail kind of thing for ambient music lovers.
But my dad, my dad and my mom, they both love music a lot. My dad's got a giant record collection. Still do.
Yep.
I mean, it's a little smaller now, but it's still huge.
I got to meet Alice Cooper when I was doing deliveries for Gil Turner's Liquor.
Really?
Sunset and Doheny. There was a liquor store, and they did deliveries to Beverly Hills and Bel Air. And so on Saturday and Sunday nights, I worked there. And I every weekend, Alice Cooper would call up and order a bunch of Jack Daniels. And it was, so I'm working in there, and says the guy takes the call and he says, okay, so I've got his delivery for Vincent Furnier. And I'm going, Vincent Furnier, that's Alice Cooper. I want to take that.
That's amazing.
And I got to deliver to his house, and like he answered the door, and he was like pleasant and nice and happy to see me because I had his alcohol. But still,
you got to meet Alice Cooper.
Yeah, a lot of times you go deliver stuff, and the last thing they want to like make eye contact with is a delivery boy. Just give me my stuff and go.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was really nice, and you see, like inside his house, he was like this long hallway with all the gold and platinum records hanging up on the wall. But then the other times that I got to go to his house, usually it was like one time his estranged wife came to the door, and then the other times he had a little Asian houseboy who would come to the door. And I remember one of the last times I went to his house, because it was right before he decided to get help for his alcoholism. Yeah. So because he had to commit himself for a long time to get to, so he was really sick, but. I go up to his house to make this delivery, and they had just laid this loose gravel in the driveway. It was way up in Beverly Hills. You'd pass this one gigantic, huge, gaudy white building that was one of Elton John's homes. And then you pass that great big white gigantic behemoth, and then at the top of the hill was a quaint little cottage.
Like a tiny little house?
Yes, with fabulous views. But that was Alice's, and it was just a nice little place, among all these really big... So I pull into the driveway. Oh, nice. It's got the gravel going. Okay, so I go and I make the delivery, and I...
Oh, did your car get stuck?
Yeah.
Your car got stuck in the gravel. Oh, no.
And it was the houseboy who had come to the door to, take the order. So when I got stuck, I need help. I went back to the door.
Oh, no.
And knocked, and he would not come back to the door. Oh, so I had to mess around, because that was before the days of cell phones.
Yeah, so
yeah. I was like, they're waiting for me at work, and I'm stuck up there. So I managed to find something to jam under the wheel to be able to pull out of there. That took like 10, 15 minutes. Then I was like, okay, I got to get back down there before I get fired. So I bailed. Yeah. About halfway down the hill, I realized, geez, I just left a big pit in Alice Cooper's brand new driveway.
Oh, my God.
I thought, God, I'm a fan. I don't want that.
Jesus Christ. Did you go back and fix his driveway?
No, because he had a gate that was closed. Yeah. So yeah, but what I did do was I wrote a letter apologizing to him. And I drove back up there that night.
gave him the letter?
I put it in his mailbox.
Okay.
I have no idea if he ever saw it or he ever even knew, because the houseboy probably would have just brushed the rock around and straightened
Fixed
it out.
it, yeah.
So yeah, that was my Alice Cooper story.
That's amazing, though. Did your parents plan for you? Yeah, I think all of us were planned, right? All the kids were planned?
Absolutely. We didn't... Yeah, we planned not to have you guys for a number of years.
And then you went, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's see. This is my grandpa over the pack. I have a super young grandfather who races pigeons in the U.S. and smokes weed and loves music and ranting. So yeah.
Excellent. Minus the pigeon racing.
That's cool, though.
Uh-huh.
He gives 100 stories a day with this stuff. Yeah. So there is a